I'm Oussy and I'm just oozing with charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and what was the other one? And yes, my name is in fact Oussy. It's not misspelled. Oh, I swore again. I really need to watch my mouth. About me. Well, there's not much to tell. I'm from Evergreen Harbor, and it's a hippie-infested hellhole, and I'm glad I joined the Reserve Army just to get out of that place. Of course, when the COs found out that I did drag, they assigned me to latrine duty while wearing ruby slippers. Yes, the ones from The Wizard of Oz. Yes, the same ones Judy Garland wore. Yes, the same pair of expensive prop shoes that went missing for decades. I too questioned why my gruff military instructor conveniently had a priceless pair of Hollywood memorabilia on his person. But I decided that with don't ask, don't tell, in effect, that it would be bad to ask questions. They were going to court-martial me, but instead they had me perform a one-man showing of Steel Magnolias and have me a discharge. And that's when I found my job at Blockbuster in Alaska. Not to sound un-PC or anything, but those people had never seen nor heard of an Ewok before, so obviously I had to bust out my limited collector's edition of the original Star Wars trilogy. Not before binge-watching the first two made-for-TV Ewoks movies, of course. And I really should have known this at the time, but apparently it was Black Friday, and there was a line queued all the way out of the store and clear out into the Alaskan wilderness. People were queuing up just out of curiosity at this point rather than with intent to shop. I mean, there were signs that some major event was going on, and I don't mean in a philosophical kind of way. Like there were literal signs everywhere saying, "Save more with Blockbuster's Black Friday deals." People had started just taking things out of the store now, and my manager was pissed. She marched me to the VCR rewinding room to give me my termination slip and told me I was fired then and there. She also said that I was an idiot for exposing the natives to a sub-franchise before the main movies, and I argued that we were just getting to the good part, where the Gorax is about to eat that family, but that's when she threatened to call security and bragged about having my car towed. I argued that I didn't own a car, and that I had in fact hitchhiked to work. That's when my manager ran out of the store for some reason. Anyway, we finished watching the movies, then I was fired. Anyway, TLDR, I saw a billboard advertising for Morgan's Drag Race Season 5, and I was like, hey, I did drag once, I could totally audition and win. So that's when I bought my Greyhound ticket to Del Sol Valley. Along the way, though, I did argue with some Philistine on the bus that the California Raisins didn't in fact have more than one season, and that the original movies did not count. Well, that's when the bus came to a grinding halt and I was promptly thrown off with just my carry-on bag and in my Betty Boop t-shirt. I guess the bus driver didn't appreciate my questioning his knowledge of 80s cartoons. Long story short, that's when I went to file a complaint with the bus company citing my unfair removal and the fact that they drove off with my other 5 suitcases in the luggage compartment. So there I was stranded in Strangerville with nothing but a purse and some dollar store flip-flops to my name when I spotted a skateboard leaning against a dumpster. Then I figured I could take it and use it knock unconscious a driver and borrow their car. Of course, as I went for the skateboard, a disheveled but polite homeless man popped out from the dumpster and told me not to touch it. I informed him that I was on a quest. Not unlike Rosella in King's Quest 7, where she needed a shield to fix a broken wagon to ride across the lava bridge. That's when the bum politely but eloquently asked me what the hell I was talking about. That's when I explained to him how Ken and Roberta Williams founded Sierra Games back in 1979. And while Colossal Cave Adventure was their first ever game, it wasn't like their best, which Roberta thinks is Phantasmagoria, but Ken thinks is Leisure Suit Larry in the Land of the Lounge Lizards. And to Ken's point, I actually somewhat agree, except I think that the VGA remake is better. Leisure Suit Larry 6, Shape Up or Slip Out is a by far superior game. And we haven't skimmed the surface of King's Quest 6, Air Today, Gone Tomorrow, which technically isn't a Roberta Williams game as it was directed by Jane Jensen, who did the Gabriel Knight series, which is kind of take it or leave it in my opinion. Oh, sorry, I tend to go on and on about a subject I love. Anyway, catch me on Morgan's Drag Race, where I'm sure I will be your favorite. Unless your favorite is Lumina, or Pashmina, or Cyanide, or Planchette, or Summer LaBelle Jackson, or Hibiscus, or Beryl Jade Blige, or